Good evening. Haley Barbour is often mentioned as a possible presidential candidate. He's a prominent politician, one of the best-known governors in the U.S. He's the former chairman of the Republican Party. And what he did as he left office as governor of Mississippi has left a lot of people stunned and outraged, and some of them now actually fearing for their lives. He pardoned over 200 criminals, including some hardened criminals, murderers guilty of grisly killings. There's been no explanation. The now former governor isn't commenting after using the sweeping power of the pardon for his personal reasons, and now the people of the state of Mississippi deal with the consequences. It's where we begin here tonight with NBC's Mark Potter in Jackson, Mississippi.
Come to Jackson and approach the...
On his last days in office, Haley Barbour, the powerful and highly regarded Mississippi governor, ended up angering and confusing so many of his constituents. Without explanation, he granted pardons or early releases to a long list of more than 200 convicts, including 21 murderers and many others serving time for violent crimes.
Pardon means that this individual can go drive a school bus, he can go to law school and get a law degree, he can move in next to you.
Among those granted pardons were 5 prison trustees who, because of good behavior, worked at the governor's mansion in Jackson. 4 were convicted murderers. Among them, David Gatlin, sentenced to life plus 30 years for shooting to death his estranged wife, Tammy, as she held her 6-week-old son, and for also shooting her friend, who survived.
I cried first.
Tiffany Ellis Brewer is Tammy's sister and says her whole family is furious with Barbour for releasing Gatlin, causing them to now live in fear.
He's a cold, calculated murderer. And why wouldn't he come back and finish what he started? You know, being a trustee at the governor's mansion does not change a murderer.
In a written statement issued tonight, Barbour's office said approximately 90% of those who received clemency were no longer in custody, and a majority of them had been out for years. And also tonight, the Mississippi Attorney General said he was granted an injunction that prevents any more prisoners from being released.
It's a slap in the face to me as a prosecutor for serving 20 years that we have to go back and try to round up all these convicts that have been turned loose and try to fix the mess that he's created.
And tonight here at the state capitol, some of the lawmakers have been talking about proposed legislation to limit the governor's ability to pardon violent criminals. Brian?
Mark Potter tonight on this amazing story out of Mississippi. Mark, thanks.